Okay, when you're giving a facial, the first thing you should do is always sanitize your hands before you touch the client. You also want to do a client consultation because you want to know their skin type. Most people either have acne, rosacea, some people got normal, some people got oily or dry skin. This is where you have to decide what product to use on them. Some places where you work just have one product, so they ain't nothing like product. Some places got various ones because they don't know which one is on the client. So sometimes you would either ask the client or you can analyze it yourself. When you do analyze it yourself, this is where your lamp comes into play because it would actually brighten this area and you can actually see the signs of the client. So once you see concerns with it, then you'll address it and you'll know which product to use. I normally ask my client, do you have oily, dry skin, or combination skin? Do you know what skin do you have?
I have a combination. I'm oily right here. I tend to be dry around here.
Okay, so more oily in the T-zone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when they say the T-zone means yes, so that way you know. So then most products will come with a combination. It'll say on the bottle for a combination skin. It'll say on the bottle for oily skin. It'll say on there for dry, so you'll know which one to use. If you got normal skin, then you'll use the one that refers to the normal client. So, but at any rate, because we only have this one line, this is what we're going to practice with. So when you have a client, and like for her, she got hair, you want to move the hair out of the way. So we used all safety measures, and we gathered all of our materials. And make sure you have your material. You want to use your cloth. Hold it one more time. You can do it like this. Let me show you a trick just in case you don't have a hair wrap. You can do that. Maybe. Make sure all of the hair is out of the face. Tuck it and pull it back. The hair is completely out of the face. So, the first thing you want to do, after you have sanitized your hand and your hands are clean, you're going to let the client know what you're going to do so that way they'll know what you're doing to them. And I usually tell my client, okay, we're going to start out by cleansing your face twice. After I cleanse your face twice, then we're going to scrub your face. Usually this is when the steam is going on when you're doing the scrubbing. Do you know why you do the steam while you're scrubbing? Do you know why you will steam while you're scrubbing? This will help open the pores. The steam open the pores. That's the whole purpose behind steam. So you steam to open the pores. While the pores are open, that's why you want to get in there with the scrubs. Scrubbing to get it while the pores are open. What the mask does, and most masks close the pores right. So I'll let the client know we'll be cleansing your face first, and then I will be doing the scrub. While the scrub is going on, I'll be steaming. And then after the steam, I will be removing that and then applying your mask. The purpose of the mask is to close and tighten those pores as well as smooth the skin. Some masks were designed to help get those concerns out. If they got black heads or whatever, they can use their mask as a spot treater at home to help with those concerns. That's why I got into this and I still have problems, but I can control it a lot better. I don't walk around now without makeup. At one time I had to wear makeup all the time. I covered every little because I was just going crazy with my skin. But now that I'm learning this, I can control it. I can walk around with no makeup, and I'm happy with my skin. I can actually look in the mirror and be happy. Go ahead, Miss Monica. No, all is well. And so that way, so after you do your cleansing, you scrub your mask, and then while the mask is going, the mask has to sit. This is where the massage comes into play. This is where your tips come into play. We have all of our money. That's why we're doing whatever we're doing is for what we do. Yeah, we're doing it for no reason, but I like doing all that stuff. We're doing it for money. So this is where you can either massage the scalp, because we're licensed to do that. This is where you can massage your hands, because we're licensed to massage the hands. We can massage the arms, the shoulders, using our manipulations that we know, or you can massage the feet. If you're going to massage the feet, have your warm towel already, and most places have a warm caddy to keep the towels warm. And you'll take the warm towel, wrap it around each feet, and just press it, move it, and then kind of give it a light little massage, and then that's it. You're only doing that just to allow the mask to work. Okay, and so after you've done that, you'll take the mask off, remove the mask with a warm towel that feels really good, and then come behind it with a moisturizer, and then you will base the moisturizer depending on their skin type. So if they are dry, you want to give them a moisturizer as well as a plant oil to help bring in some more moisture. If they're already oily, then you don't want to use a moisturizer that's all oily and all that, because you don't want to add more oil to their skin. So this is where all of this will come into play. Now that we did our consultation, we'll get into our facial. I do not suggest the cotton ball. You have to use that for state board. But in the real world, don't put that on nobody's face. You laughing at me? I'm telling you, don't, because then you're going to have cotton.
Traces of cotton.
The traces of cotton. Am I? I'm seeing my dress. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what Is it going down? I'm going down. Okay, so what I do, this will take 20 minutes. So what I do, well, it will take longer because each facial is different. Like you can have a 30-minute facial, you can have a 50-minute facial, or you can have an 80-minute facial. When I do a 30-minute, well, for state board, I don't know what I'm telling you about the state board. 30 minutes, about 30 minutes. State board. State board. When I do a facial at my job, 30 minutes, I get paid $40. When I do a facial for 50 minutes, I'm getting paid $60. When I'm doing a facial for 80 minutes, I'm getting paid $80. Well, where I work at, I don't put cards. I just come to work. And I work at Magnolia Spa at the Marriott, and I've been there now going on August for 15 years.
Do they take they take some out of your pay?
No, because they want you to use your product. And you might work at a place where they want you to bring your own product. This is where you would have to have a selection of products for people that got oils, dries, and all such stuff I was telling you all earlier. But at my job, we already have these things so that we have.
You set up over here in the middle?
Yep.
So we're going to get into the facial.
Or whatever.
And a perma. It's facial about mine. I got to take away from my facial.
Okay. So, let's be dry. So, at any rate, this right here.
There you go, sister.
Am I showing?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Stansby.
So, no wrong or right way, but the state board, you have to start at the neck and then work your way up. But for me, I'm trying to relax the client. So when you're relaxing the client, for me, this is very relaxing. You start here at the guys. You heard that? I done made $20 already. You see what I'm saying? No, I'm saying her response when I did that. So starting right here, and you make a sweep. Going across up to the temple. You stroke the nose. Just water now, because I'm getting off any dirty oil. So we're starting out with the water. And then you'll be working your way down. I work my way down. I even go behind the ears and grab the earlobe. And then I come across the mouth area, and you do have to touch their mouth. Well, this is water and this is their ears. So this is them. This is their stuff. You don't wash your hands? This is why you're cleaning it. This is her sponge. So this is her sponge. This is her. This is all of her own juices from her own body. So this will be okay. Are you trusting me? So after we've done that twice, we're going to give a rush because y'all got to go. After we've done that, kind of damp your hands a little bit because you're going to come behind it with your cleanser. And I touch the areas with the cleanser. I do her forehead, her cheek, her chin, and then her neck. And then I work my way from the ear, cleaning behind that ear, and swooping towards the neck. And you're giving a circular motion. How can y'all see from back there? Y'all probably need to be this down straight. Can y'all see from back there? So that's where you probably need to be right in front of you. And I'm swooping back and forth with my hands, not using my nails at all. That's why my nails are short. Everybody, I would love to have my nails long. But when you're a facial person, there's just no way you can do that. Going around the nose and using the chin. How does that feel? And moving her cheek. Right. Going with your thumb. You see me going down? With your thumb. Should be going across her nose. That's how you give your motion, and across her mouth area. You will slide up the nose. Always right here at this temple. You heard that? You hear her? Yeah. You got to pay attention to your client because that's where your money will come in at. Because they can go home and wash their own face. So your job is to relax them and give them a good deep cleansing. That's the whole point behind it. So then you will have your hand right here at the temple, and then you will do a circular motion. Here comes where the tips come in at. Graze across her eye, going slow. I'm telling y'all, I walk out of there with extra $30, $40 to pay it on fees, but I just don't really take an hour, a minute, or whatever I'm doing. So you're doing more massaging as well as cleansing the skin at the same time. Use your pinching motion. Go back underneath the neck. And then you would do your effleurage. What are some of your motions that you would do on your face? What are some of your facial? Yes. Yes, use all of that. That's when you throw all of that at the client. Now you want to rinse this away, removing all of that, all of the soap from off the face. Even grazing across her lips. Some people come in and their lips just as dry as their face. So you actually have to go in. I'm talking to everybody. I ain't look at your lips, baby. My lips probably dry right now. And make sure, because you're standing in the client's face, you want to have some peppermint gum. You don't want to be in their face. That's what I'm saying, yeah. But I got peppermint, so I'm good. And then you would have known from her face, you would have come mad. You'll know. That's when you have to read your client. But normally when you're doing a facial, it's a quiet moment, very relaxing. No talking with you, no talking with them. I always suggest that we don't talk because I've got product, water, stuff going on. So our conversation will be before the service and after the service. So after I have done that, then you'll come behind it with your scrub. I don't have the mixture for the scrub. Let's say I got the scrub going on. So the scrub and the water, I need a bowl for that. You'll do it again for your forehead, the cheek and the chin. Then you'll get the scrubbing. So I'm just washing your face, okay? See my circular motions, my pinching, stroking downward, slow motion, grazing across the eyes again, because you got to clean off the makeup or anything going on around the nose, the lip area again. You can even massage right here. Okay, rinse that off. The thing about doing facials is you have to use your time. So say if somebody had paid for a 50-minute facial, what that mean? You got to stretch out your time. So you'll take your time doing each step. If you got a 25-minute facial, that's what that means. You kind of speed it on up, but still make it relaxing for them. So I'll be removing her scrub, even though that was our soap that we used earlier, our cleanser. Always go underneath the neck area. Okay, now here comes the mask. What's the purpose of the mask again? Anybody tell me the purpose of the mask? On the pores, as well as smoothing the skin. Yeah. So some people have concerns. I don't know how well this product works, so I'm not going to give you the I don't know anything about it. But at any rate, with the mask, you can use a brush, or you can actually use your hands. Is this product good? Anybody? That's fine. So at any rate, no, because I don't want her to break out and then come back saying, what did it is? That's why I didn't know it. So I'm just pretending. So this right here, you can use a brush, and you will completely use it over the entire face. No wrong or right way when you're applying the mask. So when you apply the mask, you can start from the forehead, or you can start from the bottom, but you do want to get the neck. So make sure you saturate the neck. This is the mask. So now that the mask is on, here is where the massaging come into play. So you got to notice your client. See if your client got their hair done up. Are we massaging the hair? No. And this is where the consultation come into play too. Ma'am, while your mask is sitting, I'll be giving you a light massage. Do you want it on your scalp, your hand, or your feet? That way you can ask them. We already talked about the feet, so if you're talking about touching raw feet, what we're going to do first? Put a hot towel over them, cleanse it. Even if you still don't want to touch them, you can always put on hand gloves, moisturize your hand, and then get to massage. But for me, I'm going to do her hand. So while the mask is sitting, you start with the hand movement, doing her fingers, all the way down to the fingertips, doing your ringing motion on the arms, sliding up, going around the shoulder, because we can massage all of these things, and coming back down, squeezing it again. You're doing everything 2 to 3 times. This will give a good massage. 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. And coming back down. And then you'll walk around to the other side. Trying not to make any noise because they should be very relaxed at this time. The other side, the same thing. Using your ringing motion, 1, 2, and 3, sliding all the way up the arms, and back down. You'll do that 2 to 3 times. Say if the client did wanted their feet done, once again, you'll take a warm towel, put it, wrap it completely around the whole feet, press it up against it so the warmth of it can get in there, slide that off, and then if you don't want to touch their feet after that, you can actually wear gloves. Saturate the gloves and then get the massaging and go toe to toe, toe to toe. thing with each feet, each toe. You can even do the balls of it, and then you can do your little hands like this with using this part. You also can use your little knuckles to give another good little massage right there. And once you're done with that, you're thinking that the client mask is ready. And some products will tell you 15 minutes for the mask to sit. Some will say 10 minutes, but if it does not say a specific time, then you don't have to worry about it. You just utilize the time that you have as far as your service. So we're in a 15-minute service. You know to let it sit maybe 10 or 15 minutes. You take your warm towel, because you want to remove it with a warm towel. Take the warm towel, and this is how you drape it around the client's face. From the bottom, here, and there. Right. And then you smash this around, just so it can help loosen up the mask, because some masks are hard. So this right here will help loosen it. And then you just begin to wipe away. And I go from one side to the other. I don't just do both sides. I do one side, making sure you got all of the mask on. Going underneath the chin, down to the neck, and then sliding this from one side to the other. I suggest doing this twice, just to make sure you got off all the mask. Even after you've done that, you can come back behind it with your sponge, just to make sure you got it off, because you don't want them to walk out with masks still on their face. So at any rate, this is the longest part, is making sure you got all the mask off. So you'll come back behind it again with your little sponge, wiping away, making sure you don't see any product that's left on the face. After you have done that, what's last and what's next? Toner. And I'm not going to use this because once again I don't know. So we're toning it. After we tone it, you actually can spray your toner onto your sponge. So you'll spray your toner onto the sponge, clamp it together, and then just get to go back in and retouching every part of the skin. Doing some lightly sweeps across the face. After you've done that, the last thing we will do